saw these screenshots and had a good laugh, and I said sarcasm and Africa parenting, or parenting in Africa. They're like conjoined twins. But come to think of it, very many times it is valid. You know, look at it. You are sitting in the living room watching TV, and then you tell your child, oh, please get me water. And your child asks you, what do you need the water for? As in, to drink? No, to bathe. To turn into wine. Because the questions really look dumb. Now, if you are coming in from outside and you say, okay, help me with water, your child may be torn between, okay, what kind of water? Is it to drink because maybe you are thirsty? Or is it to wash your legs? Or is it to wash your hands? You can understand that. If you're in the kitchen, you say, oh, please help me with water. Your child may be thinking, oh, has the tap stopped running? Or is it water to drink or something? That may make a bit of sense, you know. So not you are sitting in the living room, for example, and your child is asking you, is it to drink? I mean, what does he expect to do with water in the living room? You know, so for very many parents, African parents or Nigerian parents, it is a dumb question. But come to look at it this way. However dumb it is, like I always say, is a communication. Whenever your child behaves or misbehaves, it is a communication. You expect the child to have common sense. But can't you think? Don't you have common sense to know that it is water for me to drink? Yeah. So your child asking you that question means that, hey, there is something. You need to up your game when it comes to common sense. So it is an opportunity for you to actually begin the conversations or deliberate teaching around common sense. So let's look at this scenario. Your child comes in and says, you call your child and ask him or her to give you water, and they ask, is it for drinking? Then you ask them back now, what do you think I need the water for? And then your child looks at you and says, to drink. You go back and ask your child, you ask your child, why do you think I need the water to drink? And your child now looks around and says, because that is the only reason you need water in this situation. You're in the living room, you're watching television, you don't want to bathe, you don't have fruits to wash, you don't want to wash your legs or your hands. So it is for drinking. Then you ask your child, okay, now that you know, why did you ask me before what I needed the water for? And then your child will now realize himself or realize herself and look around and say, okay, why did I actually ask that question? Okay, maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I wasn't thinking. So you ask your child further, okay, so what have you learned from what just played out? And your child tells you, okay, to always pay attention, to always actually look, you know, before just asking, or to process situations before asking questions. Fantastic. Now tell me, which is better? You just being sarcastic and telling the child, no, pour it on my head. Or water to turn into wine, or you actually taking your time to go through this process with your child and let him and have him build common sense, which is better? You agree with me that the latter is better. So I challenge you today that when next your child does something dumb or ask a very dumb question, don't hurriedly condemn. No, take a deep breath. Remember, it is never an emergency. No. Even when your child misbehaves, it is never an emergency. One of the very first things you need to always do is to be able to pause and ask yourself, okay, what can I teach with this? What skill can my child learn from this? Yes, it is what you should always do. Sarcasm, it doesn't help your child grow common sense really, but having this conversation with your child will help him or her grow common sense. I hope you learned. If you did, follow me for more empowering parenting videos and share. Put it on my head. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.